So I've got my phone animated, it's sliding into the scene, it's eased, it's looking good. I'm going to bring in my oval Samsung logo now. It's an EPS file and it's the logo with the Samsung name cut out of it. And I'm going to drag and drop that into my composition as a layer. Okay, so most of you guys should know about the difference between pixel and vector graphics, especially if you've used Illustrator. Pixel graphics have a set pixel size. If you scale them up, they start to look blocky. Vector graphics are designed to be scaled and retain their smoothness, and an EPS is a vector graphic. If I select this oval that I've made, that I've brought in, the Samsung logo, it's in my composition. I'm going to hit S for scale, and I'm going to scale it up in my window. One thing you might notice is that it starts looking really poor quality very quickly. It looks really bad. So After Effects doesn't know that it's a vector file. We have to tell After Effects that it's a vector file. And it's a really simple thing to do. All we need to do is go to the layer in the composition window, and we're looking for a little selection of icons there. If you can see a mode and a color mode, there's a toggle switches and modes button at the bottom of the interface. You need to hit that. And what we're looking for is this little star icon, and we want to turn that on for the Samsung Oval EPS. And as soon as we do that, it should click it in as a vector graphic and smooth all those curves and edges out. So that's just one little trick with After Effects. It can use vector graphics, but you have to tell it what a vector graphic is. So that's what that star does. So now we've got this logo. We can scale it to whatever size we want and it'll stay smooth, which is great. And for this particular project, I'm actually going to scale it down quite small. And for now, I'm just going to put it in the bottom right-hand corner. I might do something else with it later. Might scale it up just a little bit. The other thing is I think I'd rather have this white than this dark blue, so I'm going to change its color. So what we can do is we can apply an effect to this layer to change its color. There's a whole bunch of color correction effects in After Effects. There's many ways that we can change this to white. I'm going to use an effect called change color. So I'm going to select that EPS in my composition. I'm going to go effects in the top. I'm going to my color correction effects. And what I want to do is change to color. So what this does is it gives us the chance to pick a color and change it to another specific color. So in our change to color effects, we get two little color swatches, from and to, and I'm going to go to the from color and use the eyedropper tool to pick that blue in the Samsung logo. I'm going to change it to white, and I'm going to make sure underneath the change is hue, lightness and saturation, and that should change that color from blue to white. There's a whole bunch of other ways that you could do that as well, but I'm just using this one because it's pretty simple. It works really well on this graphic because it's a flat one color graphic. The other thing I want to do, just looking at my composition, that white oval is quite dominant in the view, it's quite heavy, so I might actually just make it partly transparent. So I'm going to select that graphic in my composition, hit T for transparency, and I'm just going to drag the opacity of that layer down to, I don't know, 40% or something like that. Just so I've still got that logo there, but it's not quite so intense. It's quite not quite as dominant in the view as it was. Now, if yours doesn't look exactly like mine, that's fine. The important thing is we're just going through these processes to see how we can arrange graphics and put things together.